Ethnomathematics activities in Kain Timur making. The Moy tribe, Maskawin tradition, Sorong City, West Papua. This aim research is to find out the mathematical activity of making Eastern cloth, or in Indonesian it's called Kain Timur. Presented by Jonathan Frederick, who is affiliated with Universitas 11 Maret Indonesia, where the researcher is conducting the study. Born in Surabaya on November 28, 1978, and currently working as a state civil servant. The Moy tribe Mas Kawin tradition. One of the traditional dowry activities in the village of Malomkarta. The family accompaniment from the male side, consisting of group, will visit the woman's family. Object as a dowry consisting of piles of red and black cloth. Eastern cloth that placed at the top as a symbol of the preciousness of the Eastern cloth. According to Stepanus Malak in his book entitled Kapitalisasi Tanah Adat, Sinergi Kepentingan Masyarakat Adat dalam Otonomi Khusus Papua, explain that the residential area of the Moy tribe covers the area of Sorong Regency, the northern part of the southern Sorong Regency, and the southern part of the Raja Ampat Regency. The research location is in the village of Malomkarta and the village of Malanu Kampung. The Moy tribe carry out kinship through marriage called simin or household as a relationship between clans or keret using Kain Timur, according Stepanus Malak. Kain Timur is used as a gift between friends in wedding ceremonies as a means of paying dowry. The payer of the dowry is more important among other things. Miss Helena Imope is one of the Eastern fabric craftswomen who lives in the village of Malanu Kampung, Sorong City, West Papua. She has 30 years of experience and has trained in weaving of Eastern fabric organized by the Sorong City Women's Empowerment Service in 2006 and is still working on the weaving of Eastern fabric to this day. The process of weaving Eastern fabric is also done by hand, which require special skill from the fabric maker itself and require process steps that require very high concentration. According to Alan J. Bishop, mathematical activities can be classified into 6 activities as follows: playing, designing, measuring, explaining, locating, and counting. According to A. Macmillan in the journal Mathematics Education Research, counting is a way of distinguishing, telling, or apprehending quantities of object or even which may be perceptually or conceptually available. It is an activity which is stimulated by and in turn affects with cognitive process or classifying and pattern seeking. Measuring is a system of measuring quantity or entities which cannot be counted or located spatially. It involves comparing, ordering, and quantifying. Playing is the generalized social activity which imitates and creates model of reality, abstracting from its certain forms and structure. Designing. This refers to process of imposing a plan, structure, or imagine same on a surface or space. Locating. This involves the positioning of oneself and other object in the spatial environment. The three dimensions of spatial thinking are physical or object space, sociographical space, and cosmological space. Definition of explaining includes way of representing relationship between phenomena, and for this reason, evidence of logical thinking or reasoning will be included in the category of explaining. The contextual-based learning process of mathematics through culture is known as mathematics, which was popularized by D'Ambrosio. Ethnomathematics is designed to reveal social roots and culture that explain the practice of mathematics, and as a bridge between cultures become a way to express behavior through the exchange of mathematical knowledge, and offers new approaches in the academic field. Culture has an influence on how to acquire and use mathematical knowledge. Ethnomathematics can be used to integrate the culture of students and learning mathematics. Based on the description above, the importance of culture and mathematics, the use of ethnomathematics as a part of the contextual learning process carried by teachers to their students. So, research that aim to explore ethnomathematics in West Papua to find out mathematical activities in the process of making Eastern cloth is important and needs to be done. Method of the study of this research is use qualitative descriptive with ethnographic approach. Data collection techniques to support activity with the help of supporting instrument. In the study, the supporting instrument use observation guidelines and interview guidelines. The main instrument in qualitative research is the researcher himself, so that the success of or failure of the research depend on the researcher himself. Data validity activities were carried out by triangulating source, times, and methods. Researchers collect information from research person continuously and require a relatively long time through various methods with the help of cell phone equipped with voice recording equipment, video recording, photo documentation, as well as review from participants who have the ability in the field of mathematics. In this study, data related to the process of weaving Eastern fabrics were analyzed by reducing the data and displaying Kain Timur data at the stake of the process, then grouping them into appropriate mathematical activities. Results and discussion. The process of making Kain Timur has 6 stages. 1 is preparation. Step 2 is unravel. 3, fabric motif formation, coloring, formation of leaf and variation motif on span racks, and the last step is weaving. Mathematical activities according to Bishop in 1998 in the process of weaving Eastern cloth are as follows. Design. The preparatory step in the parsing process. At this step, the yarn as raw material is parsed on rectangular proper rack. After that, the craftswoman carry out the process of rolling manually to form a ball using the finger. In line with the research conducted by Canavia on the tradition of shaving hair that use tumpeng rice, which is more towards a concept. Results indication 2. Measuring. Span rack and weaving rack measuring 2 meter times 1.2 meters. Span racks and weaving racks are used to place threads that will be designed according to the size of the Eastern fabric and are two-dimensional. Eastern fabric size vary from 140 centimeter times 87 centimeter, depending on the order. There is mathematical activity on the size of the span rack, the weaving rack, and the Eastern fabric size. In the line with the research conducted by Pratama on the making marble that has two-dimensional rectangular pattern. Results and discussion 3. Counting and explaining. The stake in the process of formatting Thai motif. At these stakes, 6 threads are collected as many as 13 descriptions that from the Thai motif where the threads are separated by rope. The motif can be more than or equal to 1. If I is the motif, it can be symbolized by I is greater than or equal to 1. I is an odd number. There are mathematical activity in the process of forming the Thai motif, namely the pattern number and symbolic explanation. Conclusion. The process of making kain timur as a part of the dowry tradition in the Moit tribal community can be used to add insight to students regarding the culture in their area, so that the manifestation of this diversity can be achieved by introducing culture through ethnomathematics. One of the which is the culture of the Moit tribe. 2. The results of the study indicate that the process of making Eastern cloth fulfill mathematical activities, but only consists of 4 activities, namely counting, measuring, designing, and explaining. In the last, the author would like to thank Miss Helena M. Hope as a craftswoman of kain timur weaving. The author also thanks to Professor Dr. Budiono MSc and Dr. Andes Siswanto MSc and Dr. Imam Sujadi MSc, who has given the best advice, especially to all lecturers of the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Science, Universitas 11 Maret Indonesia. Thank you. Terima kasih.